Everybody does it sometimes. I went to town on myself this morning. That's why I look so relaxed right now.
God, this whole ship is gross.
As I am incapable of stuttering, I must conclude that you heard me.
Boom, bitch! That's what I'm talking about, right there on that boom!
Love is the fish hook that hooks the fish. Weird how some guys can treat a woman that way and somehow just not be bothered by it. There you go. See, that's what I'm talking about.
Let's go!
My God, who makes these things? Okay, this is a hostile work environment. Boom.
Yeah, not like that, but yeah.
Right.
Now entering Glory Hole.
Hey, Pete, you stupid bastard!
Hey, it's JP! Egotastic FunTime. Gonna have a good time. Give me all your money. You will find the money. Give me all your money. Give me all your money. Nah, nah, nah. Egotastic FunTime. Nah, nah, nah. Egotastic FunTime. Nah, nah, nah. Egotastic FunTime. Nah, nah, nah. Egotastic FunTime.
Fun time. Fun time.
you and me together. Fandom, and fandom crushed together into a giant fandom, an egotastic size fandom of geekness and nerdiness. And what's going on, everybody? I'm JP, and welcome back to Egotastic FunTime Live, this impromptu night conversation of us together talking about the stuff that we love, talking about the Orville. I got ideas that are flowing through my mind. It's going to be a wait for the Orville. We'll talk about the wait. Got to talk about how we're going to help support the best damn sci-fi show with a utopian future in it that exists now, forever, and it's the only thing for a very long time that has existed in that way for the most part. How are we going to keep it alive as we wait for the world to open back it up, for Hollywood and television and all these different productions to get back to work, because they're all just there, sitting on the edge of their couches, just dying to get back in the studio and put right what once went wrong, damn it, and get us some new stuff, because this is going to be a horrible fall season of television and movie. Well, we got a lot of movie releases, you guys, because of the fact that there was a lot of stuff that was going to come out this summer and in the spring, but it all got pushed to the fall. So we're going to have a lot of movies in the fall, assuming that movie theaters open up again by that time. Movie theaters were supposed to have opened up last week, and it didn't happen. So they're going to try again in a day or so, I guess. We'll see how that goes, you guys. What's going on, everybody? I missed you. I carved out some time, so as some of you know, my family's going through some stuff right now, and just want to be there for my family. So it's kind of put off Egotastic FunTime this week and a lot of next week, probably, at least the first half of the week. I'm doing great, so you don't have to worry about that. I just want to be there for my family because we had a very unexpected thing happen, and you gotta take care of your families, you gotta take care of yourself, and then come back and we'll hang out. We'll hang out like we do. What's going on, you guys? Let's see who's here right now. Let's see who's here. Let me go to this little thing I have to click on. Participants. Right now, there's actually a lot more of you here, as I know. But we go through this every week. But YouTube says that Adam of Grey Skull is here. Adam Treffrey is here. Apache Archmage Frey. Official channel member Brian Dawkins, a huge supporter of Egotastic FunTime. Thank you very much. Chris Mills, official channel member. Curtis Tate, official channel member. Dan Crane. JB, what's going on? James Thompson. John Paul Fidel Gaming. Liu, what's up, Liu? Liu. And Philip Baca. Stephen Klein. Tink Lecular. Anyway, what's up, Tink? How you doing? And Tony England, what's going on? And I see there's actually a lot more names here in the chat. Yes, SMRT. I mean SMART. FunTime, a lot of movies were pushed to streaming services like Apple TV. Yeah. There's a lot of movies that are available early access that I'm very interested in seeing, but they're way too expensive. They're way more expensive than going to the movies. It's like, $20. I'm like, I'm a VIP member at AMC. I could have gone for nothing a month, or for nothing. So I'm gonna wait until the theaters open back up and safely return to my AMC, which should be opening with some really great regulations to keep me safe. Thank you very much, Curtis Tay. I've been thinking about you too. I've been thinking about all of you. I've been just itching to get back to you guys, because it's going to be a few days probably before I can work on a video or anything like that. I'm actually trying to get the full, because I just put out the interview with Tom Constantino the other day, the producer, editor of The Orville. We talked about season 3 and just talked about life, things like that. I put out the 12-minute version the other day, and thank you guys so much. It's doing pretty well on the views, and but I've been working on putting out the full 42-minute version of it, but my computer keeps shutting down right when I'm working on it, so that'll be coming out any day now, because I do have time to come in here and just work on that a little bit before I get back to doing family stuff. If my computer would stop crashing in the middle every time. But yeah, the full 42-minute version of that conversation with Tom Constantine will be out in a day or so. Always great to talk with Tom about anything, but especially the Orville. So I do know, everything got shut down, but they had 5.5 episodes of the Orville filmed. They had it in the can, not necessarily consecutive stuff, but for the most part, pretty consecutive. But they're doing cross-boarding filming, which is what films do, because basically every episode is a film. In this upcoming season, that's how hardcore and big every episode is. They are films. They're just hour-long films, each one. So, when you're doing films, you just don't film consecutively. It takes way longer to do that, and it's way more expensive. When you got the right stuff set up, you're like, okay, we've got this scene done, but hey, this will work perfectly for the scene later in the season. Let's film this as well. And then they put it all together, and to us, the fans, the viewers of the Orville, it all takes place in a chronological order. But, that's how movies are done. But it's going to be a wait. He doesn't know how long it's going to be. They've actually run out of footage to edit. So he doesn't have anything to edit right now. They have to get more footage. And we have to wait until Hollywood reopens to get that to happen. So, who knows how long it's going to be before Hollywood could safely open. Because Tom told me, because, I've always been working with the number 100 when it comes to, like, how many people are on set. How big the production crew is for the Orville. And he says, no, it's actually about 300. There's a rotating crew of about 200 people that work for the crew for producing the Orville. But they also have in and out about an extra 100 people that are always coming in and out, the vendors and stuff like that. So it's like, wow, that's a huge production. So, it's double the size of a production for season 3 than they've ever done before. So I have no idea. They have no idea when they're coming back. So I don't know if we're going to get the Orville season 3 by the end of this year. And of course, most TV shows are like that. One of the few shows we're getting in 2020 is The Mandalorian. The Mandalorian was able to get their stuff finished barely in time. Doom Patrol, we're missing an episode. I just watched, the only thing I had time to watch this week is the latest episode of Doom Patrol, which was available yesterday, I believe. I just watched it a little bit ago. It's a 9-episode season. We were supposed to have gotten 10 episodes, but they weren't able to get the 10th episode completely filmed. So now we're only getting 9 episodes. I don't know what shows we're going to be getting that aren't filmed apart type shows for the fall. But we will be getting Mandalorian. We will be getting Boys Season 2. And I bet you both of those shows are going to be huge. They're already huge, but they're going to be really huge because they're not going to have a lot of competition. Also, Boys, I just watched the Boys Season 3 trailer, latest clip with the whale. If you haven't seen it, don't let your kids see it, but it was amazing. Yeah, Bill and Ted Face the Music. What's the update? Oh, that's still coming out in August, assuming theaters. They think theaters will be opened up by the end of this month, but they thought theaters were going to be open in the middle of this month. That didn't happen. But as far as everyone's concerned, Bill and Ted, I believe, is still slated to come out August 23rd-ish, I want to say. Hulkmania for life, brother. Umbrella Academy comes out next week. Yeah, we got Umbrella Academy. But man, usually we would have 30 or 40 shows, brand new seasons of shows coming out. But everything's getting pushed, so we got a few things. We got a few shows coming out. Yeah, Stargirl. I wanted to watch that so bad today. I ran out of time. I only had time for either Doom Patrol or Stargirl. And I said I'm gonna pick Doom Patrol because that's my jam. Picard season 2 has not started filming. They don't know when season 2 of Picard is coming out, though it is coming out. I do know that Boys, the Boys season 2 comes out September. I do know that today they officially got renewed for a 3rd season, so we're definitely getting a 3rd season of The Boys. But of course, who knows whenever they're going to be able to start filming that. Yeah, I hear great things about Dark Materials. His Dark Materials, it wasn't the little girl in that Project X or whatever the project was from Logan. She had the little claws, little baby Wolverine. That girl is a great actor, really great little kid actress. But she got the chops of a 50-year-old woman. She got the acting chops. I'm sure she's lived a fuller life than I have in all these years. You never know. Well, Adam says Patrick won't live to finish season 2. First off, Patrick Stewart, I'm sure, has got at least another 40 years in him. But also, yeah, who knows? But also, that was the case when he signed on for the first season. Gotta be careful with them old people. But he's an immortal, so it was kind of a safe bet when it came to Patrick Stewart. Bill and Ted got pushed back to September 1st. Oh, that must have been very recent, because I just looked like a couple days ago. And will be theaters and on demand. I'm not going to do on demand. I'm not paying $20 for a digital movie. I'm going to wait till the theater. Bill and Ted deserves a theater release. There's a lot of movies coming out that I'm like, I don't want to... The first time I see these films, I want to see them in a theater. So I'll just wait. Good things come to those who wait, especially when you're an Orville fan. We already got used to waiting a little bit longer than other fandoms have to wait for stuff. But it's always worth it, even though we've only had 2 seasons so far. We're going to have to wait an extra long time for season 3, just like everyone's waiting an extra long time for almost all shows right now. And, but, you know, Jon Favreau, kudos. We're going to get some Mandalorian, thank goodness. Something, right? So we have to figure out, as we always do, now that I'm pretty sure the wait is going to be probably extra long, but I do know that they're trying to figure out, because they have so many options, and this is for all television shows, but the Orville has so many options. We can put out what we have, and then, you know, film while that's releasing, but of course it takes, while what they have is coming out, it would still take, they wouldn't be able to get very many episodes filmed and edited and all that stuff. Or do they do like season 3 part 1, season 3 part 2, season 3 part 3? There's so many different ways to go about it. I'm guessing it takes so much work to get the full vision put together. I would think, I have no idea, I would think that they would just wait for most of the episodes to be finished, at least effects wise, before they start releasing. And who knows when that will be, because they have no idea. I know that Tom Constantino told me that Fox, because they still film at the Fox studio, it's still a Fox thing, the Orville, even though they're on Hulu. Fox wants to get them back in the studio in August, so just a couple weeks from now. But who knows what's going to happen from now and then? So it's just all tentative. Fox wants to get them back next month in the studio. That's just a couple weeks from now. Who knows if that'll just get shut down? Because every time somebody announces something, oh, we're going to open up this, we're going to open up that. As soon as it gets time to do that, they go, oh no, never mind, we're going to push it back even further. So there's no news that you can trust in this, because everything is up in the air in the world right now. Well, it might just be my settings with my microphone. Dan Crane says, what microphone are you using tonight? Sound seems kind of soft. This is my usual microphone, which I ended up keeping, even though I don't like it as much as far as aesthetics go, but it has the headphone jack, which with the way I stream, headphone jacks it's important. That's one of the things I was unsure about. I could turn it up a little bit. How's that? Hold on a second. I'm pressing buttons. I think I pressed the wrong button. Hold on. But yeah, I can always turn it up right here. What's going on, everybody? Let's get that audio going. Let's get JP's voice booming up in your ears. Boom! All right, so let's see what you guys are doing. And I'm going to tell you guys about a little something I'm thinking of, where I'm going to need you and all Orville fans to send me video of you. But I have a little thing I'm writing up first, and I'm going to tell you exactly what you need to do. I just don't have it written down what you need to do yet, exactly what I want you guys to say. Also, I'm going to make an example of it so that we can show our love to the Orville as we wait for them to get back in the studio, because I know they're all itching to get back in the studio. And, you know, they love the fans so much. They listen to us. They give us so much when they can. They give us as much as they can. So I'm like, well, we got to figure out a way to give back to them. So I've come up with an idea We'll chat about it a little bit later, and also maybe you guys can help me with some ideas. Because, you know, I learned from them. They listen to the fans. I listen to you guys because, you know, we're all part of the same community. What's up, Anthony? Hey, JP, hope you're well and your family are good. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, they're doing good. Some better than others, understandably. I mean, I won't get into details or anything because it's all personal stuff. But yeah, it was a very unexpected loss that we had. No mask, no underwear. Yeah, I'm all about the masks. I'm all about wearing those masks because if I'm wrong, I just look silly. But if other people are wrong, you know, people die. So I'm like, I'll look silly if I have to. No harm, no foul. If I'm wrong. Thanks, Brian Dawkins. Brian Dawkins, you're always a big help. Yeah, the team is amazing. If you haven't watched the interview yet, of course, no examples as of yet, but we're getting a new theme song. The Orville Season 3 will have a new theme song. Same melody, but they did a full re-recording of the theme song that's expanded as well as more beautiful and brighter and more just lovely. Tom describes it as more expanded theme, more beautiful version. Same melody, it'll be the same song, but it's really been expanded upon. And I can't wait to hear what that sounds like. No, I haven't. I'm looking forward to the new Lord of the Rings series, but I haven't followed any of the news on it. Oh, Anthony, Ants Rants. What's up, Ants Rants? I haven't heard that name in a while. What's up, Anthony? Yay, more pew-pews. We're going to get a lot of pew-pews in Season 3. Apparently, the first episode of Season 3 is a big pew-tacular explosion time, you guys. There's going to be so many explodes, so many pew-pews. It's going to be a big kaboom. They're going to kaboom it, you guys. Unlike Season 2, where it was a nice just get reacquainted with the universe and the characters, which was done specifically. That was done on purpose. Seth MacFarlane did that on purpose. He's like, I don't want a big boom. I want people. The most important thing to the show and to the fans, as it turns out, and to him, are the characters and their stories. So that's what Season 2 was. Now Season 3 though is gonna be like, you don't know what the Orville is? Well, here's some explosions right in your damn face that you won't soon forget, boy. No, I didn't see the intro for Lower Decks. I did see the trailer when it first came out. Looks hilarious, but like I said in that video I did of it, I'm like, man, it looks great. It's going to have some great jokes in it. The cast, I mean, Huey, can't remember his first name, but Quaid, the Quaid boy. Huey from The Boys is like the star guy. I believe he's the star of the show. And, but yeah, I don't think it necessarily needed to be Star Trek. They could have done all the same jokes and not been bound by what, you know, there's just, when it comes to Star Trek, there's just so much legal stuff that you gotta abide by and all that, and I think you lose your freedom a little bit. I think you lose your freedom with some of the really big franchises. So I'm like, man, they could have done all these same jokes. It could have looked exactly the same. It could have been Lower Decks, and just don't call it Star Trek, but Star Trek fans would really enjoy it, as well as just cartoon animated fans, comedy fans. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to. Of course, I'll be subscribing to
CBS can suck my balls
in August, so that I can watch Lower Decks every week, and we can chat about it every single week. Do some reviews. I'll do some on the spot Insta reviews. Also, I can't wait for the weather to change, because once the weather changed, a lot of my Insta reviews, I think, are going to be Egotastic car time videos. I love doing the car time videos. I love it. I want to do a lot more. Just can't right now. It's like 100 degrees outside. But no, I haven't seen the intro, so I need to see that. I'm an intro guy. I love shows with intros. Even though Lost had an amazing intro because it was just a meme, basically. It's just Lost going, Lost. I much prefer the It's been a long road getting from there. The world don't move to the beat of just one drum. You know, all that stuff, you guys. I wish more shows had theme songs. Most shows don't have theme songs anymore. I'll be there for you. Oh god, REM Enterprise theme. On its own, it's a lovely song, but they fracked it. Well, here's the thing. Also, we were all taken aback by the Enterprise theme when Enterprise first aired. We're like, what the hell is this? The visuals were lovely, but the song it's a great song, but we're like, this doesn't fit. It was just way crazy different, right? It was the CBS Klingon version of a theme song, right? But actually, it was beautiful and hopeful. It had everything that vibe-wise, it was hopeful. It was utopian type thing, right? But yeah, it was very weird. But then eventually, by the second season, you're just singing it at the top of your lungs with every episode. But in season 3, when they were making a lot of changes to the show, the theme song doesn't sound the same. They added a bunch of stuff to it. I don't know. It seemed a little too fakey fake. Like they were trying too hard. They should have just kept the song the same. Right off the bat, it's the same song, but then if you just really listen to the details, like, this don't sound the same. Oh, the one from the 80s? JP, did you watch the Twilight Zone episode with Gordon from the Orville? No, but it's on my list. I've watched very few things in the last couple weeks. I'm basically, the very few things I've watched in the last couple weeks is just new episodes of Stargirl and new episodes of Doom Patrol, and that's it, just because I've been busy with some stuff. Also, another thing I've been busy with, I've been helping out Patricia Tallman from Babylon 5, not only with just some business stuff, but different events. And the event that we're promoting right now, which this is her company B5 Events, which is under her umbrella. The thing that we're promoting right now, which is actually tomorrow. Today's the last day to sign up. It's tomorrow. It's Star-Crossed Tales, which is a charity event that they do every year with celebrities, and the celebrities read very short sci-fi stories that are written by like young writers and students and high school students to help raise money for, outreach to get kids writing sci-fi so that we have a future of good sci-fi writers, which is very important. More important than you would think. But sci-fi is very important because sci-fi always makes the world better. So we get kids writing sci-fi, it all works out. But if you want to attend the live readings we got Nana Visitor, we got Tim Russ, we got Mira Furlan, we got Osric Chow from Supernatural, we got Ruth Connell from Supernatural, we got Gerald Prescott from The Walking Dead, and from, what else is she on? She's on something brand new. Can't remember. Oh, that's my bad. But anyway, the link is down below. You just register. It's a live event. It's free. You register. You're there. It's not going to be live streamed somewhere. You have to actually register. It's a Zoom thing. And then after it's over, they send you a replay. So even if you don't attend, you at least get the free replay. And that's actually right down there. Star-Crossed Tales. Click on the thing. Sign up. Takes 2 seconds. And then boom. You got free access to the whole to-do, which is tomorrow at noon. I hear that. I was talking to Eric Moran, who is just the other day, because he subscribes to DC Universe. So I talked to him on Sunday, and he was saying, "Oh man, this episode of Stargirl was crazy. I'm not gonna ruin it for you." I'm like, "Good," because I have it on the CW side, so I have to wait till like Wednesdays, but I just haven't had time, of course. But man, I can't wait to see that episode as well. I might have time to watch that tonight before, because my mother and my sister instantly drove out the other day from California, like 1,700 miles when we got the news of what was going on. They drove out, and where do they stay? So they're staying with me in my little apartment. So I had to go borrow a bed from somewhere, and I give my mom my bed, and then I don't really have anywhere to sleep. But anyway, they're out doing some family stuff, and I said I'm going to hold back for this time, and we'll start back up again tomorrow. So it'll be a few hours before they get back. So maybe I'll be able to fit in an episode of Stargirl before they get back. Kevin Scott says, hey, JP was just on with Mark Zicree. Mark Zicree, of course, is not only an amazing writer, an amazing sci-fi writer from shows from the 80s, 90s to now. He wrote an amazing episode of Star Trek The Next Generation called First Contact, the episode, not the movie, as well as he's the premier expert on the Twilight Zone, OG Twilight Zone. He's the creator of Space Command, which right now is working on getting their 4th episode filmed. So, they had the big episode 1 that came out a while ago, episode 2, episode 3's, I think, almost about ready to drop, and now they're getting ready to film episode 4. So how's Mark doing, Kevin Scott? I have the power. I have the power. Which I always think of, I got the power. Brian Dawkins says, they respected Ray Bradbury so much. 2 years after he died, they tore down his home of 50 years. Those bastards. Ray Bradbury's home should be a museum that people go visit till this day. Oh, good, yeah. He's very active on the YouTubes. Mr. Sci-Fi on YouTube. He's putting out stuff every week, multiple times a week. Kevin says Mark had to pitch a script, but he didn't need any more ideas. Oh, had a pitch for a script, but he didn't need any more ideas. Okay, I get what you're saying. Yeah, he's got a lot of ideas. Plus, he's working on a bunch of new shows. Oh, I can't remember what channel. It might be on the CW. I can't remember what channel. He's working on a bunch of stuff for it. I can't remember. He was telling me about it. David Button. I'm selling all my Star Trek collectibles to get money to buy Orville merch. Okay, Orville merch. Thank you, David, very much. Ready for pre-order right now. I actually didn't prepare the link because I've been scrambling. You could go to Tom Costantino's Twitter or his Instagram, or just go on Google and type it in. It'll pop right up. The Eagle Moss Orville ships, which is, the regular Orville ship, one of the pods, the shuttle pods, and then the XL big Orville ship are right now available for pre-order, and they're super high quality and they're not that expensive, which is very nice. So it's beautiful renditions. And actually, to me, when you look at the ships, I'll have to go double check, but when I first saw the pictures of them today, I was like, that looks a little different. And they don't look different. Eagle Moss does it exact. I'm thinking they might be season 3 ships. The Orville, I'll have to double check, but the paint, certain parts of the dish, which sounds weird to say, but the dish area, the front of it, the main bit where the engines are not, but the rest of the ship is, had some different stuff on it, some different markings. I don't know if they're just standing out, if they've always been there, but I don't remember them. So we might have a little bit, I'm sure we're getting a little bit of a retrofit for the Orville for season 3. I'm sure of it. Lots of stuff is getting little retrofits here and there. The uniforms are a little bit different in season 3. They're more betterer. So I'm thinking maybe these Orville ships might have some season 3 updates to some of the way it looks. Hey, Dan Crane, thank you so much.
Tractor beam activated. It's pulling us in. Oh, no!
Thank you very much, Dan Crane. Thank you very much, because I'm not able to do all the work that I had planned for the second half of July, which I really needed to do. I'm like, okay, I still got 2 weeks to put forth a good effort for July to keep the lights on in the studio. That's not going to be possible, I'm thinking, which is going to be rough. So thank you very much, Dan Crane. It's very much appreciated. Hope this helps in paying for some of your expenses over the last few days. Challenge all watching to match. Oh, damn. Oh, snaps. Did you hear that, you guys? Dan Crane's calling you all out. Oh, damn.
She speaks with the might of 100 soldiers.
I'm going to contribute $5 right now to myself. Oh, wait, I can't afford that. Calm down, JP. You're getting too excited. Damn it, Dan. You got me all pumped up. John Paul Fidel Gaming. How many of the Orville Season 3 episodes are done? Well, it's about 5.5-ish. but it's not consecutive episodes. Some of it's kind of Tom told me that it's kind of consecutive episodes, but not fully. Some of them are scenes from other episodes, or some scenes from some of the episodes that are pretty much done still need to be filmed. But they have about 5.5 worth of episodes filmed. Oh, damn! Somebody took the challenge, Dan Crane. Adam Treffry? So sorry, Adam.
I can promise you that if anyone comes at you or tries to take you down, I'm gonna mess them up first.
Okay, let's keep the lights on, Peeps. Thank you very, very much.
We must return to the dance! The night is ours!
Thanks, Adam. He can call all he wants. I'm saving up for right? The PS5 and the new RTX 3090 Ti, of course. Gotta get that Ti in there with the extra T and the extra I. Dot that I, you know? I gotta keep my money tight. I get that, Jesper. You keep it tight. Get it in there. Thank you very much, Trek Antics.
The tingles. I feel as if I have been standing my entire life and I just sat down.
Trek Antics, let me ask you a question. What are your feelings? Oh, nice, it's Data. I love the profile picture. How are you feeling about Lower Decks? What are your thoughts on Lower Decks, Trek Antics? I'm looking forward to it, but I'm really looking forward to it because I like everyone involved and the jokes were funny, but it's not going to scratch the Star Trek itch, but it'll just be a new thing. It's a new thing. It's something that's a whole new style of thing that just happens to take place in a Star Trek type universe for me. But I'm very much looking forward to it. It's just not going to scratch, utopian future adventures. From what I hear, though, from what a lot of professional writers are saying that don't even have anything to do with the production, they're saying that Strange New Worlds, the Captain Pike show, Variety Hour, that's going to be a lot more episodic. They're going to go kind of episodic with Pike, which I think they really should do. Plus, they kind of got to prove that they can do episodic. And episodic is the thing that people do the least nowadays. The best way to stand out right now is to go back to doing things the way things were done years ago, because everyone else is just doing serialized stuff, and now it's just that's all you get for the most part. So if you want to be different, go back to being the same as a few years ago. Trek Antics, I'm interested in watching it. I'm staying open-minded. Yeah, I don't think it'll be hard to be open-minded with it because it's a cartoon. It's just a cartoon, right? It's not real. It's not at the same. It's not worth judging it the same way as a live action. It's just like somebody making a Sunday comics that just happens to be kind of spoofing Star Trek a little bit. Ooh, Brian Dawkins. Should I? Do I dare? Brian Dawkins says, check your PayPal. I don't even have my phone on. Hey, Rathana81, what?
I am told your people are known for creating some of the most sought-after pornographic simulations in the galaxy.
I've heard that about you, Rathana, and you know what? That's what I like about you. That's why we're friends. Rathana says, I am watching. What do we got here, Brian Dawkins? Oh my God, Brian Dawkins just dropped some bills in the old PayPal. Thank you very much, Brian. Not expected from anybody at all. I'm just happy you guys are here. Needed to talk to you guys. Needed my friends to talk to. Otherwise, I could just talk to my family. Nobody likes talking to their family. I love my family. I'm actually very happy to see my mom and my sister. I've been dying to see them for years. I get to see my mom and my sister once for a day or two every 3 or 4 years, and it tears me up all the time, so it's actually really great. Curtis Tate, thank you so much.
You ever see a picture of a caterpillar pupa?
Come on.
But it was the thought that counted.
But it was a thought that counted. Exactly.
Absolutely. Let me talk to you guys about Indy Tiger. What's going on, Indy Tiger? Long time no see. Hello, Earth. One thing that I want to do, because the Orville gives us a lot, and I'm sure we're going to be getting a trailer for Season 3 very soon. I think they have all the footage for that. I think it might even be mostly edited and done for a while now. Well, it must be, because Tom is out of material. So I'm going to go ahead and say it. The Season 3 trailer is done. They're just going to put it out whenever they put it out. Comic-Con at home is going on right now every day. So you would think they would put it out right now that all the announcements are coming out. So there's this possibility we might be getting a season 3 Orville trailer any day now. But I guarantee you it's not going to tell us when they're coming back, because there's no way they know when they're coming back. There's no way. Anything they say would just be a complete guess. And it'd be wrong to do that. We actually got lucky that they never announced exactly when season 3 was coming out, because they would have had to postpone it, right? Even CBS was kind of smart. They said, well, it might be, putting out the show at all. Some of you might argue, but season 3 of Discovery, they always just said coming soon. So they never really had an official date. Though I'm sure we'll get season 3 of Discovery before we'll get season 3 of the Orville, just because Discovery was further along in their process. So I'm sure it feels like we'd be getting them earlier, right? But I do want to put together a thing where all of us, I'll write up a little something to give you guys guidance on what to say-ish. Of course, you personalize it yourself. I want to edit a video together that, you say, hey, I'm JP. I love the Orville because of this, and we'll, however long it takes, I'll come up with a catchphrase, however long it takes, we'll be waiting for you, whatever. So we'll all say that. You guys will send in the videos, probably to my email, or maybe you just tag me on Twitter or social media or whatever, and then I'll take all those videos and cut it together into a nice little montage and send it to the Orville. Let them know that we got their back, we'll be there for them when they're ready, and we can't wait. Right now I'm working with, and I think it's down there, hashtag fans love the Orville. That's what I'm working with now. Maybe I'll come up with something better, because you never know. Sometimes ideas just pop in like that. Hashtag fans love the Orville. And, I'll put together a nice special something and give it to them to let them know that we'll be there. They don't need to fear. They don't need to worry about that. Just worry about getting the show done and telling the stories that they want to tell. And, we'll be there. But, sooner than later. Work through the weekends if you have to, when you're allowed to work at all. Go nonstop. We're going to film every single day for 3 months or whatever it takes. Stephen Klein, thank you very much.
Lachlan's, many of them, ready to be adventurous.
Because the Orville not only just has stories to lift me up, to lift us up, to make us feel better, that started this community that we're having right now, these conversations that we're having right now about everything sci-fi and geeky and fandom and just life as well. I give them full credit for that. That's them. They inspired that, and they've been so supportive, and they've changed the people there, not just the stories, but the people that work there that I've been in contact with over the years. They've actually helped me, I feel, become not necessarily a better creator, but a better person. And I owe them so much. My life would be so different right now without the Orville. And so, and we love them. And I know that you guys love them, and that I know that I love them, and we love each other, and we're just all groovy Orville hippies here, getting in a big old pile. I want to give back to them in some way. So I think that'd be the best way, them getting to hear from you guys. Yeah, I like Orville fans, but I just want it to be something that sounds like a statement, like a movement. I'm tricksy like that. I know when you make it sound like a movement, it catches fire. Gets that firestorm going. But yeah, if I come up with something, or if you guys come up with something better, we'll go with whatever's the best. All right, Trek Antics, go pick up the kid. Thank you for being so awesome, Trek Antics. We'll talk about Lower Decks together next month, and we'll see what we all think, because we're all gonna have different opinions on it. But I do know that there's no reason to have a hateful opinion, because it's almost like a different thing. It's just a different thing. But we'll see if it's even am I gonna watch it and go, that's pretty funny. Let's go watch something else. Hey, Kevin Scott.
Lieutenant Malloy has informed me that I would look pretty good with a mustache.
or a beard. What about Bortus and a beard, you guys? What are they going to do this season to mess with Bortus? They do something every season to mess with Bortus, at least a couple times. What are they going to do? Usually it's Gordon to mess with Bortus this season. Since Mark doesn't have time, I need a sci-fi writer to work with. Anyone here? I'm an artist and musician, but not a writer. All right, you guys, hook up with Kevin Scott if you do writing. I'm sure there's some writers out there, or aspiring writers. JP's back. What's up, Smoke? Planetary Step episode 1 is filming tomorrow. Oh, boom! Getting that first episode filmed tomorrow. The last episode of Planetary Step was the initial concept, kind of like the pilot. But tomorrow, they're going to start the official first episode of, aren't you doing like an 8-episode season of the Planetary Step, the official Orville fan series, Smoke? You guys can check out Smoke 007 on YouTube to see what's been going on with the Orville first fan series, Planetary Step. Agree. I think we'll see STD season 3 sometime in late 2020. Yeah, I figured I thought they would have started by now. I thought they would have had it here in the summer. It felt like they were done, right? It seemed like they were almost done. But of course, you know, all productions, which makes sense. They got to do promotion. They'll put out stuff after they filmed 4 episodes worth. I mean, even the Orville does that. Usually when they film about 4 episodes of the season, they start putting out the trailers and stuff like that. With still plenty left to do. They're done filming it. They just need to edit and patch the footages together. Yeah, and even after that, see, my thing is, even with the episodes of the Orville that are edited and pretty much have effects on them and stuff, there's still so much work to do. You got to put the music on there. These shows, they don't just have canned music that they throw on there. Every episode has an orchestra making the music live with what's on the screen. You can't do that at all. And I was telling Tom, I'm like, what are you going to do with season 3? Have like a synthesizer soundtrack? Make it all 80s and like Tron sounding, you know, like the Tron soundtrack? He's like, no, that's just not what we do. So we're not going to do that. We just have to wait to figure out how to get the musicians together in a legal, safe way. Off the top of my head, Indy Tiger.
I am awaiting my dinner. This has caused me to become displeased.
Thank you, Indy Tiger. Off the top of my head, Flight of the Orville, or Orville Returns to Flight. Ooh, I like that. Flight of the Orville has this, like, Flight of the Navigator. So it's kind of already got a thing to it where your brain just reacts. As a nerd, your brain just, like, wakes up when you hear Flight of the Orville. Like Flight of the Bumblebee. Oh, Archmage Frey, that's a really good idea. I certainly don't have time to do it, but we do need that. Archmage says we need an Orville fanzine. A fan magazine. Absolutely. Digital. Just do it digital. Maybe we could all come together and we all just contribute something. And then they just plug it in. Whoever's running it just plugs it in. Yeah, I'd love Orville shorts. Of course, right now, that's not a thing, but they should start figuring out other ways. Like, I have an idea. I would love it if, you know, we have the new comic books coming out for the Orville, September 2nd. The first one comes out. We have the last 4. Why doesn't the cast, even if it's just over Zoom, why doesn't the cast just record the lines that their character says in the comic books? And we'll just come out with an audio version of the comic books. That would be absolutely amazing. Yeah, Mr. Tommy Pickles says, what's up, JP? Just got here. Of course, no YouTube notification. Yeah, YouTube's pretty bad. Yeah, Season 1, Smoke, for the Orville fan film, Planetary Union. Season 1 will be 8 episodes. Piano Dean! Yeah, I'm sure there are a couple of deleted scenes out there that they've edited together. One from Lasting Impressions with, you know, Bortus and Clyden smoking cigarettes. A great scene with Tala in the mess hall. There's also a great golfing scene in another episode. That's it's an environmental simulator, and there's also a scene in Gelogia where Marcus and those two little twerps he was hanging out with, bad influences, were running through the hallways with the vodka, and they came across Bortus. And I'm sure they have some other scenes as well. Don't know if they're as involved as that, but yeah, we need deleted scenes. I would love, they have much better gag reels. They came out with the gag reel, but I think it was for season 2. But that's just a fun little gag reel. They have way more material than that. They should just start taking all that stuff. They should have Tom, since Tom's out of stuff to edit episode-wise, to start pouring through all that old stuff and just looking for little behind-the-scene videos to make. We want behind-the-scene videos, you guys. What was TNG? I watched Flight of the Navigator so many times as a kid. Compliance. Yeah, as a kid I watched it as well too. A lot. But it's no Last Starfighter. I'm all about that Last Starfighter. I guess Bortus could have stabbed Gordon in the chest and sent him to Dr. Finn's ER. Yeah, just stab Gordon. I would like a divorce. But we're not married. Ha ha. Like the original Babel fanzine. Yeah, we need an Orville fanzine. Kind of sounds like a shampoo, though. Wash your hair with Orville fanzine. What about this season? Instead of Gordon messing with Bortus, the tables are turned and Bortus starts messing with Gordon. Yeah, I would love that. Though I don't even think Bortus ever felt like he got messed with. Like he seemed to always be into the idea. It's just he never realizes how ridiculous it is to humans, the stuff that he does. But also, I don't think Gordon is trying to mess with Bortus. It's just Gordon has bad ideas. Gordon just has bad ideas. Which is also what the latest episode of Doom Patrol was about. I won't spoil anything, but the latest episode of Doom Patrol was hilarious. Even though I still prefer season 1 because it was more focused. But season 2, the latest episode was called Dumb Patrol. It's a whole episode about dumb ideas. It's pretty funny. Well, a lot of those big shows have different music for every episode. Like the Orville, different music for every episode. But I'm sure they have musicians working on episodes for Discovery as well. That's just how most things that are filmed that way, that's how they do it now. Just not as good. I said it. Oh, nice. A bunch of you have been telling me you just ordered The World of the Orville. The World of the Orville, there might be a link down there. Maybe. There might be a link way down there if you want to check it out and order it. Wow, it's such a good book. I poured through it when I got it like as soon as it was available towards the end of season 1 or right after season 1 of the Orville aired. I got mine right back there, and it's a big thick book with colored pictures. Mine's signed by Seth MacFarlane. I don't deserve that, but I have that. Yeah, it's right back there. Highly recommend it. So good. All the art, all the details of the different aliens, the different worlds, the different weapons, the different ships, alien ships, planetary union ships. Also, I'll be bringing, I just want to let you guys know when I get back up and running. Well, this little part of the information will probably take a little bit longer because it's in the middle of being worked on right now. I'm going to be bringing Angry Nerd Troll back to my videos, to Egotastic FunTime, in a very exciting, different way coming soon.
JP, you stupid bastard!
Yeah, he'll be back soon, you guys, and it's going to be in a fun way. You want to do some music for the Orville? You should. Working 9 to 5. Get some Barry Manilow going. I never know what to expect from Doom Patrol. I know any moment it can be a very serious moment, and then switches right to a almost literal cartoon moment, right? Yeah, I love season 2 of Doom Patrol. I just very much miss having a focused thing with a team working together the whole time, and I think Alan Tiddick was a very so cool. He made the show very, very different and very, I don't know, just very, very different, being the not only Mr. Nobody, but also being the narrator at the same time. But I'm pretty sure they're bringing him back for season 3, because there's apparently some really big Mr. Nobody stories in the Doom Patrol universe that would... Yeah, I think they're bringing him back. They just mentioned him in the latest episode. I won't ruin it. He's been mentioned throughout a few episodes of season 2. Yeah. TNG had a different score for every episode. But a lot of big shows do it that way. Like big sci-fi movie quality type stuff. But that does make it harder to do. That's a whole other step. But yeah, the Orville does that, and I would assume that there's, even if they don't make it specific for every episode of Discovery, that they have musicians recording very specific stuff to put into moments of their episodes. Nicola's good. She's fallen in love with my sister. So she's just always staring at my sister. They arrived the other day. And, but I say, don't feed her. I'll feed her. She's on her schedule. Yeah, release the nerd troll. Battlestar Galactica? You mean the upcoming Battlestar Galactica, or go back to old reruns? Battlestar Egotastica. The Orville should recreate Angry Nerd Troll in their simulator. Yeah, in the simulator. I don't want any characters that are like that on the ship, though. I want everybody to be happy and groovy and doing their jobs and respecting each other. Unlike a lot of other shows out there, where there's always that one that's just always angry at everybody. Well, apparently, of course in real life, but apparently Gordon, Kevin, on the show, he said he plays guitar. He told Talia, back when she was pretending to be Janelle Tyler in the episode Jaloja, when he first met her on the bridge and they had that really wonderful awkward moment, he was telling her that he plays guitar. And she's like, you play guitar? And he's like, yeah, I do. So yeah, I don't know how much they gave Gordon a lot of musical episodes last season, so I don't know if they're gonna, I mean, because he really is a musician with, records and bands, and he performs and stuff like that. So I don't know if they're gonna give him as many musical numbers next season. We want Bortus to have a musical number, you guys. Battlestar Pegasus. Ooh, remember that episode of TNG? Pegasus? We watched that not too long ago. Bortus tells off Kiali needlessly. Gordon says, if you were an alien, your name would be Jerquad. Bortus says, I am an alien. I know, we kind of forget, right? I think Gordon forgets that Bortus is an alien. That's just how cool and open-minded Gordon is, you guys. Yeah, I think that's part of the F-bomb. I think is part of the Robot Man character. I think that's just how the character is. But also because it's edgy and rated R. But yeah, they drop it a lot. Mostly just Robot Man does that. But yeah. But it's nice to know that they have other shows like Stargirl. Stargirl is like a serious show, but it's also light, but it's also heavy, but it's also, for the most part, pretty appropriate for families to watch. For the most part, but it doesn't feel like a family show. I mean, because you can say the Orville is family friendly, kind of, but there are moments where no, it's not. Well, it depends on what kind of parent you are, or not even what kind of parent, but what you allow for your kids. Because a lot of people are like, yeah, me and my kids, we love watching Orville. And then you'll have other people say, ugh, I didn't let my kids watch that episode. I'm like, well, I don't have kids. But if I did, they wouldn't watch anything. Because I watch my shows. They can go color. Or play violent video games, maybe. I don't know. But no, those are my video games. They better not play my video games. Norman says, what's up, Norman? I wouldn't mind being just an extra on the Orville. I think I can be Rock number 2 on one of the upcoming episodes. What do you guys think? I think you could just be you could be the Rock. You could be an alien. You could be whatever you want, Norman. You don't have to settle for being a Rock unless you're really into that sort of thing. By the way, I just remembered, we do watch parties on Twitch, usually every week, either a big watch party or a little watch party. Probably be doing little watch parties for a while because I just did 2 really big watch parties this month. But we're going to be watching Galaxy Quest really soon. I don't have a date anymore because things are up in the air right now. Maybe 1 week from today, because everything should be, I'll be back to my lonely self in about 1 week. So maybe 1 week from today, Friday, on the Egotastic Twitch channel, we'll be watching Galaxy Quest, the movie. So you can make sure to follow Egotastic FunTime on Twitch. Link is down below. And you can join us in on our watch parties every week. Yeah, release the Nerd Troll cut. Release the Egotastic Snyder cut. What was his name? John Snyder? Whatever that Duke boy was. I can't remember his first name. I also want to thank all the new official channel members that have signed up. You can see their names scrolling right down below. Who become official Egotastic FunTime YouTube subscribers. You guys are amazing. Norma says it's the only page I do follow on Twitch. Me too. No, I have a couple people I follow. I have some friends that I follow as well. I'll jump in every once in a while. The Rob Schneider cut. Oh no, I don't want that, Archmage. I think the original Super Friends movie, aka Justice League, that was the Rob Schneider cut. Now we're gonna get the real Snyder cut. Will there be new Union ships or upgraded ships in Orville Season 3? War is the mother in invention. Exactly, Justin. I'm positive. Many months ago, I was talking with the entire Fuse. I did an interview with the entire Fuse effects team and Tom Constantino at the same time, and I brought up. I said, obviously, we're having a great conversation. Everyone's just chatting and laughing, and I go, and of course, obviously, next season, because you're at war for the existence of all sentient beings, of course, there's going to be new ships and stuff like that. And new technologies coming up, and they always went zoop. They all stopped talking at the same time. They went zoop. They're like, yeah, maybe that'll be the case. So boom, I knew it anyway because it's just obvious that would happen. But then that was my confirmation that yeah, there's some new ships, probably some new classes. Definitely going to be new weapons. For sure, there'll be new weapons. Hell, they've already designed weapons for the show in Season 1 that we haven't even seen yet. At least not seen in action. So yeah, of course, there's going to be new technology, new alliances, new crossover events going on. You know, working with the Krill, working with the Mocklins, working with this, fighting with the Mocklins. The Mocklins putting everything at risk because this situation comes up that the Krill aren't going to be happy about. Are they going to pull out of the treaty? You know, all that stuff's going to be happening. And of course, in the very first episode of the Orville Season 2.5 comic book, which is canon, they call it soft canon, 2.5, which is going to tell us some stories in between Season 2 and Season 3, some stuff they're going to be focusing on in Season 3. Very first episode is called Launch Day, and it's about the Union and the Krill at odds about this planet that's not within any of their jurisdictions. It used to be a Union planet. It's not anymore. It's about odds, and it might tear apart the entire treaty. So the treaty is going to be very fragile. all throughout season 3, at least through the first half of season 3. But also, I know for a fact, Seth MacFarlane said, wherever we think season 3 is going, we're wrong. It's not going there. It's going to be going off in some way that we never could expect. So I'm excited to see what that means. Norm. Yeah, JP, I would love to see an Orville episode where Gordon teaches Bortus foul language. Bortus uses it at the inappropriate times. Yeah, because he might not understand. It's just words. What's the difference between these words and that words? No words should be, bad words, right? I think that would also work with Isaac. Isaac and Bortus are both super ripe for being pranked. Well, maybe not Isaac anymore. People might think twice before pranking Isaac. The Nerd Troll cut has genocidal killer robots with flying heads, and they have pew-pew lasers. Yeah, and the Angry Nerd Troll cut has too much action, but also not enough action. People will like each other too much, but also they'll not like each other enough. Whatever happens, it'll be a huge dumpster fire. And you'll know it even though you've never seen it. You haven't seen a trailer, you haven't seen an episode, but you'll know it's a dumpster fire. Yeah, I mean, we obviously from last week's episode of Stargirl, it's obvious who the janitor is in the show, but I haven't seen the latest episode, but I'm sure he's making his big appearance in this episode, maybe. But yeah, he's the I think all school janitors on TV shows are now even though Boothby was the caretaker, but yeah, they're all kind of that wise Boothby character. Tell us a story, Daddy Seth. I know, and I can't wait because I don't know who all the writers are. Of course, Seth is probably going to write probably about half the episodes. I'm wondering what other writers are going to be writing for the show. Now, of course, you'll probably have something from Brandon Braga, as per usual. Andre Bormanis, as per usual. David A. Goodman, as per usual. Most of it will be Seth, but I wonder what other writers they might bring in. Because I do know that the directors are only Seth MacFarlane and only John Cassar for season 3, and that's it. And actually, it ended up being a good idea. It was serendipitous kind of, because they're like, oh man, they did it for the voice of the show. They wanted the third season to have one voice, so they're only letting Seth and John direct. They didn't want to bring anyone else in, even though they love everybody else, but they're like, we just want this one vision for the whole season. But it's good they did that, because if they brought in a bunch of other people and then the coronavirus put everything off, which is an impossible situation for any production, because there's other productions going on and other places that actors and directors and writers need to be that are already laid out, which I don't even know how they're going to arrange any of that now, because now shows are coming back. But a lot of people that work on the shows are supposed to be working on these other shows at this time. Don't know how they're going to work it out. But if it would have been very possible that when they cut everything off and they've had to wait this whole time, when they come back, a lot of those directors probably wouldn't be able to do it anymore. They're like, oh, I have another commitment, this, and that. So it was good that they actually picked to only do Seth and John. Cursed is a good show. Also, I was led to believe, I didn't put it into the short edit, but it'll be in the long version of the interview with Tom. I was led to believe in our conversation that they have no plans of having season 3 of the Orville be the final season. He literally said, doing the show as long as we can do the show. Like, how long we can do it. And he's like, I don't know how long we can keep up the work of doing this show, for season after season after season. But he's like, but we're going to do it as long as we're all physically able to do it. So I was very much led to believe that season 3 is not meant to be the final season. But I wish they would renew, give us the announcement. All these shows, before their next season's even coming out, all the time, all these shows, before the new season comes out, they're already renewing the show for another season. The Boys, season 2's not even out. It's already been renewed for season 3. The Expanse, before season 4 came out, it was already renewed for season 5. It just keeps happening on all these shows. I hope that Orville does that. Give us, since we're going to have to wait a long time, go ahead and let us know there's going to be a 4th season. Please. Please and thank you. We deserve it. We deserve it. That's one thing I will say. Hey, you know, I'll be selfish. I'll say, hey, as Orville fans, we deserve to know earlier than later that there's going to be more Orville. Can Jonathan Frakes write? I don't know if he can write. I don't know if he would feel comfortable doing that. I'm hoping they get him in front of the camera, though. Jonathan Frakes said that he is interested in being in front of the camera on the Orville to play a character, an alien or something like that. And we still got half the season to film and probably still cast a lot of the roles. I see no reason why Jonathan, if he hasn't already, because there's been some special guests on the show already that, you know, we have no idea who it is. But there's still plenty of time, if he hasn't already done it, to have Jonathan Frakes or whoever else. I'd love to get LeVar Burton on the show. Brent Spiner, come on, let's do it. Let's get some little walk-on roles for these wonderful people that we love. That's right, 17 seasons and 8 movies. Let's do it. Yeah, we want 7 seasons of the Orville, followed by spin-off shows. Spin-off shows, which are... That's going to be tough because there's no names that you can give the show, a spin-off show that would be automatically identifiable as an Orville show. Not Planetary Union, that's just too clunky of a thing, of a phrase to actually title a show. I mean, Star Trek, I mean, that's just slick, right? Star Trek, Star Wars. I mean, those are just perfect things to do spin-off shows and people know what it is. The Orville, I would think, a spin-off would just have to be called whatever the next ship is, or station, or whatever. Hopefully a ship. But maybe if they introduce a ship in one of these seasons that pops up a lot, that we make, as the Orville, we make friends with, and then Orville fans become very aware of the ship, and then it spins off, and then they automatically know when the show is introduced, the name, the title, all that stuff, they know what it is. What's up, Rick? How you doing? Good Neighbor Rick is in the hizzy. Good Neighbor Rick comes over to the Twitch side every week. Many of you do. We love the Twitch streams because we're just chilling out, just hanging out, talking. I mean, that's kind of what we're doing now. But it's even more chilled out, which is what I like. Justin Mitchell says, I raise you 27 seasons. Oh, yeah. 10 years of the Orville. I mean, they really got to... Well, they really got to get... I mean, of course, I understand things that have gotten in the way the last couple seasons to make it take longer, especially with season 3. I understand the delay, and then, of course, on top of that delay is the world pandemic delay. Very understandable. But after season 3, they really need to nail down their system of getting things cranked out yearly. Every year. The same time, around the same time, we need a new season of the Orville. So they would, I think they would have to really nail down that schedule. And I think 7 seasons. I mean, I look at it like a Game of Thrones type thing. The seasons weren't necessarily always on time, but they put out a lot of damn seasons. And you know, the Orville is closer to a Game of Thrones type of production than it is to a television production. Which is good. All the good high-quality shows are on streaming services, and that's the way it's always going to be forever into the future at this point. That's just the way it is. Regular shows are on regular TV. Big production shows are always on a streaming service. Because then you ain't got no rules, and you got way bigger budgets. Yeah, they would have to figure out how to get the show out a little bit more yearly. Understandable for season 3, though. No show's ever going to do that. Indie Tiger says, and yeah, we all want this for a lot of shows, put out 20 episodes every year. Yeah, no TV show that's big budget will ever do that ever again. I was surprised that Doom Patrol's first season was 15 episodes. That's just too much for that type of show. 10 is good. I think 10 is good. We're, of course, getting 11 episodes for season 3 of the Orville. They're all an hour or over in length. Start to finish. No commercial breaks. They're just big-ass episodes, and they're all very huge episodes. They're very expensive episodes. Yeah, they just... yeah, no big-budget show will ever put out 20 episodes ever again. That's reserved now for, like, you know, little comedies and cop shows and stuff like that. That's basically the CBS way of doing things. Ooh, a book to read, The Naked Sun. Asimov wrote a short novel in the 50s about a society that lives totally with social distancing. Oh, The Naked Sun. Why were they social distancing? What was the point of the story that they were doing social distancing? Was it because of germs and, you know, viruses, or was there some other societal reason for it? Like, I don't want no one to smell my farts. That'd be embarrassing. Or they just have problems with being in contact with people. Yeah, season 3 will have a lot of extra pew-pew lasers. Hopefully not too many. Because as big, you know, in the Orville panel last week that I was on for Virtual Con, I was on the Orville panel. You know, fans talking about the Orville. And, you know, they're asking everybody about Identity Part 2, which, of course, is an amazing episode. Defines the Orville. I mean, it really put it up in the forefront. Emmy nominated. Broke records. I was like, man, that episode is amazing. But what I really love about the Orville is the little character moments, the little character stories, little interactions. So hopefully... we're going to get lots of pew-pews, but hopefully they don't overshadow the characters. I don't think they will, though. I just trust Seth and the crew of the Orville so much to do the right thing with all the money they have now for the show. I mean, the budget is huge for season 3. Really big. A lot of times that can ruin a show. Or a movie, even. Or a director's career. Michael Bay, or anything, you know, like that. But I trust the Orville and the crew to be one of the few creators that can actually do the right thing with a lot of money. They only got together to have some whoopee in that book. The Naked Sun. Why don't you come over, get 3.5 inches away so we can have whoopee. But otherwise, you social distance. Wear your sex mask. This is a minor challenge for the writers. They will have to insert some new minor elements of character development. Yeah, and I'm sure when I interviewed Jay Lee, Lieutenant Lamar, last month, he says he doesn't know for sure, but if he knows Seth's probably been writing for the Orville, new stuff for the Orville during the lockdown. I'm hoping he at least has... I'm sure there are going to be small little updates to the rest of the season, but I'm hoping that he wrote out an entire outline at least. Maybe an episode or 2 of season 4. I mean, might as well get that jump start on it, right? You always wear your sex mask. In 1957, I guess they hadn't invented artificial insemination yet. Oh. I'm still surprised they invented that. Just do it the old-fashioned way. Another Asimov novel is Robots of the Dawn. Yeah, Asimov was all about robot stuff. I mean, Isaac was named after Isaac Newton, but also there's a lot of Asimov in there because the whole robot thing. Asimov was all about, AI, robots, and humans, and how they get along and how they coexist and things like that. So yeah, so another Asimov novel is Robots of Dawn, where society has evolved to where robots are so prevalent that people don't even realize they place robots between them and other people. Yeah, they're just so normal. It's like I hardly even notice people with baggy pants anymore. They're so prevalent. Norman says, scroll up, JP. Oh, what am I looking for? What am I looking for? I'm just looking for Norman's name. Norman talking to Staria says, I love that episode, but maybe I scrolled too far. Scroll up. Scroll up. I don't know. Do you think... Okay, maybe this. Do you think with the lack of episodes per season with the new format that seasons are nowadays, do you think it hinders character development? Depends on the writing. Depends on the writing. It doesn't have to, but yeah, I'm sure it does. But also it depends on just how... I mean, because we've gotten great character development from the Orville, but all the seasons are really short. Well, we get some great character development, but we're always wanting more. We always need to know more. But everyone's so relatable on the Orville that even without a bunch of backstory stuff, we kind of feel like you know them. And then little tidbits like in Identity Part 2, that's when we realized that Gordon was from New Jersey. And I was like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I feel like I knew that, but I didn't know that. But yeah, it depends on how successful or how clever of the writing is, which is actually really hard to do because a lot of these big shows now, way too many writers. Way too many writers. They have writing teams for these shows, which means you don't get a good vision. It's so scatterbrained. It's, you know, you're not following a path, you're following a bunch of paths that other people kind of shove their crap into. Orville's not that way. Very few writers, and you know, they don't have teams of writers. They have, you know, they got people doing their suggestions and stuff, but it's not like some big corporate meeting with memos and stuff like that. It's a vision, and they're very big on the vision. So the Orville, they got tons of room to tell us more about these characters, but it just doesn't feel like we need to know. We want to know more, but it doesn't feel like we don't know these characters. So I leave it up to the writers. Because, I mean, I could tell if I was writing something, I know many ways where I can just like tell you everything about a character within a couple of lines. And then your brain will do the rest. Yeah, Isaac and his race certainly do not follow the 3 laws. No, absolutely not. They will do harm to humans. Steven says, JP, I would love to see an episode where the Orville crew is put on trial. And the judge is no other than Judge Judy. Yeah, they could do that. It would be an environmental simulator. Maybe they're having a mock trial for some reason. Or maybe they wanted to have a practice trial for some thing they're going to be doing a mission on with some other race. And they made the mistake of letting Gordon program it. They totally could do that. You can get away with some pretty crazy stuff on the show. I'm glad they don't try to do... they're still trying to tell stories. The whole point of the Orville, and I heard Andre Bormanis say this just yesterday, was to do episodic sci-fi again, because Seth said he misses that. There's room for it, and you don't get it anymore. Episodic sci-fi. But we just want to take issues, social issues and stuff like that we want to explore and tell these stories with that type of stuff in mind. So so I'm glad they have that as their focus, but I do love it when they're able to find ways to have crazy stuff like that happen. You know, Judge Judy. We got to have a petition. Judge Judy on the hashtag Judge Judy on the Orville. We need to get her on there. I think one thing we lose from having 22 episode seasons are those are really bonker stories that shouldn't work but become classics. What we don't miss, clip shows. Yeah, I think one thing that, and it's not even necessarily with a 22 episode season, I think what we miss from having episodic I love serialized television. It's done well, but man, it's all it is anymore. But it doesn't always work. It all depends on the writing. But one thing that was great about episodic television for these types of shows was that when you wrote a stinker, when you wrote a horrible episode and you put it out, the next episode might be amazing. Everyone forgets the stinker episode, and now they're focusing on this amazing episode, which is a whole new story. And then at the very end of episodic shows, you get a conclusion at the end of every episode, which is another thing that's great about the Orville. The Orville, you're being introduced to something, an idea, a situation. You're following along as, things don't quite work out in the middle, which is always the case. And anybody that's ever written anything, the middle, there's a new thing to overcome. And then at the end, you get your conclusion. You feel good. You went on a full journey within an hour, as opposed to waiting every week for the conclusion, and it never comes. And you have to wait again the next week, and you're just being strung along, which happens often. It works sometimes, though. I mean, episodic's not always the best. Serialized isn't always the best, and sometimes they are the best. It's different in every situation. Yeah, and like you were saying, there's sometimes that crazy episode that they wouldn't have done if they didn't have enough room to put all kinds of crazy ideas. They just have to focus more on a centralized mission or story. Like Archmage says, like the Trouble of Tribbles, they never would have done that in a shorter season. Yeah, because they don't want to risk that. But when you got room to breathe, you breathe. You try stuff out. Yeah, one thing I never want to see in an Orville season, at least not for a very long time, I never want to see Ed and Kelly get together. If Ed and Kelly get together and it works out, it'll be the last season of the Orville. So we don't want that. Maybe they try it and it doesn't work out, and then they try it again, another season doesn't work out. But if it works out, that show's done. That show's done. Because that'll be the conclusion of the series. We want to see Ed and Kelly get together and work. It just can't happen right now, or else they will have nowhere to go with that story. King Wapner. Wapner at 3. Definitely not my underwear. Yeah, the music was so different in that first 2 seasons. It was almost on The Next Generation, Regan's just started TNG from Season 1, Episode 1 again. A new rewatch. Season 1 and Season 2, the music was a lot more soap opera-y. Especially in Season 1. But at least in Season 2, we had some pretty great episodes mixed in to kind of overcome some of the not great stuff going on. And then in Season 3, boom, sky's the limit. Everything's amazing. Even some of the crappy episodes. There were still some crappy episodes after Season 3, but not many. Mocklin girls, I don't know where you are. There's nowhere in the world. I have to go to a sanctuary. But it's kind of scary working 9 to 5. Boom. Yeah, the moonlighting vibe. Starius Prime says, yeah, a bit of a moonlighting vibe between Ed and Kelly. Them getting together might work as a finale. Oh, that will be the finale. I guarantee you, towards the end of the final season, they'll be working together and be an awesome team, at least for a few episodes, and then they'll get married. But Starius says moonlighting. A lot of you might not get that reference. That's the old Bruce Willis and what's her name? I know her name, but I can't think of it right now. They went, moonlighting strangers who got swept on the way. I used to love moonlighting back in the day. I didn't understand half of it. I was young, but I still watched it. I liked fighting, and they were always fighting. That I don't know. People have been talking about that. What's faster, warp drive or quantum drive? Now, also with warp factor 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, 9.9.99999. Yeah, they got all the different warps. I haven't heard Quantum 1, Quantum 5, Quantum 6. I just heard Quantum. Like there's only the one speed. I have no idea at all. So because Quantum, there's never really been anything about how fast Quantum is, and the fact that warp has numbers involved, I'm just going to go ahead and say warp is faster. But it might not be. Sybil Shepherd. There you go, Starius. I knew there was a C in there. JP, of Star Trek were, what, real life? Would you rather date a Klingon, an Orion? Orion. No, actually Orion's, well, maybe a fling with an Orion. Wait, where did it go? Vulcan or other race. Can't pick human. Oh, dude, so easy. So easy. Bajoran. No, not even Bajoran. I don't want to get all caught up on those earrings. Let's go Beta Z. Or Betazoid. From Beta Z. A Betazoid. Those dark eyes. Those black eyes. I love that. Oh, but they read your mind. No, don't want that. I'll just date a Tribble. Low maintenance. Unfortunately, I think I would be like Riker and Troy on TNG. By the time they got together, no one would really care. Yeah, I think Ed and... They'd have... Well, they would probably build it up where something really bad happens between the two of them. So it'd be worth it when they get back together. We'd feel good about it. But yeah, once Riker and Troy got together, I was like, I don't care. I don't care anymore. I don't agree with Kelly's reasonings, even though they make sense. Reasonings for not dating Ed or not getting back together with Ed because his judgment would be off. This and that. That's her argument. That doesn't work in this situation. It works if they never dated and were never married. That would work. Yeah, let's keep our our wits about us because we're you got to be able to send me to my death and this and that. That doesn't work in this situation. Because whether they're married or together or not, they still both love each other in that same way where they're not thinking rationally, objectively when it comes to each other. So it doesn't even work. So they might as well get together. But also, that's just not as interesting for us as viewers to watch. You date the original Harry Mudd wife? Hi, I'm Harry Mudwife. What was the name Troy had for Riker in season 1? Wasabi? Wasn't it a food thing? I can't quite remember. All I know, it was probably cringy. It was probably cringy. JB, I don't agree with Kelly's reasons for not dating me, but my wife says they are valid. Yeah. Hey, Jay Lee's here, you guys. What's up, Jay Lee? How you doing? We're just talking about you a little bit ago. What you doing over here? Everybody, Jay Lee, John Lamar from the Orville, he's right there in the chat. Feel free to give him a boom, say hello. I always think about you, Jay Lee, because, I'm one of those people that I'm like, I need to do better. I need to, I got work to do. I need to keep my motivation up. I got things about myself I need to change. And everything you post, or most of the things you post, are always, great, like, calls to action to do better for yourself, to do the work, to keep grounded, to keep on track. Don't let anybody distract you. So a big boom to you. Let's hand some out. Let's hand out some booms.
Boom, bitch! That's what I'm talking about right there. Like, boom! Boom, that's what I'm talking about.
It's true, he was just talking about that.
Boom. Yeah, not like that, but yeah.
Right.
That's for you, buddy. I know, I was just talking to Tom Constantino the other day, and I know you guys are just itching to get back. hoping for August, but who knows? Who knows? Nobody knows. Fox doesn't know. Nobody knows. But it'll happen when it happens, and it'll be worth waiting for. Yeah, Apache says, boom, that's what I'm talking about. And I'll tell you right now, Jaylee, we know it's going to be a while because the world is going through, the stuff we're going through. And we're all here. We're ready to wait however long it takes. However long it takes, we're going to be here when you guys are ready for us. We got your back. We're going to be, we'll be in the front row of our television, sitting on the ground with a bowl of cereal. And the Orville starts up, and we're all going to cheer together in unison. Yeah, never enough zippers. Gotta have always at least one. Booger says boom. Curtis Tate's got the boom. JB says, I like the part where he says boom. Absolutely. Yeah, we all say boom now. Jay Lee started that. Well, I know your dad started that, and that you got it from that, and now they added it to the show, and now all the Orvillians say boom. And when we don't say boom, we say Jaloja! Jaloja. Nicholas says, Jay Lee needs to do something stupid on a lycanthropic planet and get the disease. First werewolf in science fiction. Probably macking with a lady. Yeah, we'll have Lamar become an alien werewolf. Yeah, we're hoping to get some action figures of you guys, Jaylee. Everybody wants the Funko Pops. Everybody wants the action figures. And John together with Ensign Turco during season 3. Well, I do know that that Ensign Turco is a part of season 3. Hopefully they'll send her on an adventure or something. She's on the ship. I'd like to see some of the side characters, which everybody loves. Turco, Lieutenant Dan. Hell, bring Tharl back. Patrick Warburton's always a pleasure to see. Actually, get them on a mission somewhere. We want to see John on a mission. We want to see John and Gordon on a mission. Archmage says, I want a 90s era Playmates Orville Bridge playset. Oh my god, that'd be amazing. I want an Orville slime set. Remember the slime sets? Like I had the Master Grayskull or Masters of the Universe He-Man Grayskull slime set. Boom Boom. JP, wasn't that one of your girlfriends? Yeah, that's all Boom Boom. We had a great time, me and Boom Boom. Boom Boom and Bam Bam, they called us. Yeah, Norman says we will wait as long as we have to because we have no other choice. But also, once it gets here, we'll be like, man, I'm glad that we had to wait because the excitement, the explosion that's going to come out of our faces when that first episode, and we're going to be there. We're going to stream right before it's available, and we'll all be ready. I say, okay, everybody go. Let's all go and watch it, and we'll come back and say, talk about what we thought about it. All right, Rodney. Rodney's out. Have a great night, everyone. Like Freddie Boom Boom Washington. Yeah, Lamar action figure with his own bridge soda and straw. Oh! Stephen Klein. Okay, we're going to have this conversation before I head out here, you guys. What accessories would Orville action figures come with? What would Gordon have? We know John's got to have a soda and straw, right? Of course. What's Kelly gonna have? And I'm not talking about Dr. Claire with the little medical thing. No, what would she literally have? Isaac's got to come with the Mr. Potato Head playset that you can put on him, right? Yeah, Jay Lee says that's a great question. Now, Jay Lee, you're locked in. You got to have the soda. Gordon has a karaoke set up. All right. Oh, Gordon gets a detachable leg. Very good, Archmage. That's very, very good. Oh yeah, Jay Lee says Ed's got to have Kermit. Absolutely, he's got to have Kermit. Kelly might have a pot brownie, maybe. Oh yeah, Kelly has a glass of wine. Buckster says. Yeah, Jay Lee says Kelly wine. Oh, Tala's got to have that little musical telephoner thing. Bortus got to have a mustache and a cigarette and an ashtray. Jay Lee says Claire will have a framed picture of the kids. That's true. Claire is all about hashtag Finn family, which was a great episode of season 1, Into the Fold. We really see the importance of what a mother is willing to do to get back to her kids that need her. Bortus has OnlyFans has an OnlyFans page. Alara Jar Pickles, of course. How did I not think of that? See, Jay Lee knows he's got all the inside scoop on everything. He knows what everybody needs. Yeah, Bortus has an OnlyFans page. It's not even his page. He just has subscriptions. He has a lot of subscriptions.
Now entering Glory Hole.
Yeah, Latchcombs. Oh, Latchcomb. I'd give Clyde in the Latchcomb. Latchcomb sold separately. Yeah, there's Bortus's action figure would just come with a lot of crap. You'd have to buy a whole extra box of stuff just for Bortus. Yeah, Yaphet has the guitar, absolutely. Maybe a bouquet of flowers. Yeah, Isaac has the Mr. Potato Head, absolutely. Man, we got to get this going, you guys. We need to get this. You know, if the show's not able to put out action figures yet, you guys there's artists out there. There's people that have 3D printing machines. Let's get this stuff. There's people that know how to do 3D art. Let's get these figures going. Some of you know how to paint. Like Turco's got the cupcakes and a spare extra jacket to wear. Somebody's gonna have the blaster right here. Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew. Pew pew pew. Hold up. Wait a minute. It's a chopper. I want a chopper. Chopper. Yeah, Dan, 2 small baseball caps. And some waffles maybe. I guess John could have some gumdrops. You have a little bowl of gumdrops. Oh, yeah, Gordon's got to have an iPhone. Yeah, totally. And the jacket. He's got to have the zipper jacket. Jay Lee says, good one to Stephen Klein. Yeah, Bortus's figure, you press the button and it says Jaloja.
Jaloja!
Or...
She speaks with the might of 100 soldiers.
Yeah, the Krill comes with a sunscreen. There's a huge universe. We could have... God, I mean, they would only come out with like 8 figures, but man, you could do 30 or 40 figures for the Orville, you guys. Making that money. Jay Lee, we don't even need more episodes. We just need some toys and action figures. We can keep the entire franchise going. Yeah, John needs a statue accessory of hip thrust. Yeah, hip thrust action. John Lamar now with hip thrust action. Oh, Seth's Pepper says, I hope Seth MacFarlane gets Star Trek. No need. He's got the Orville. There's no time for Star Trek. We got about 8 more seasons of the Orville to get through. Yeah, Bortus can sit on a giant egg. I mean, every character at this point can have 3 different action figures. All right, Jay Lee, thanks for stopping in. You guys say goodbye to Jay Lee. He's got to run out. It says, got to run out, bro. But I'm really on this info. All right, love y'all. Boom. Thanks a lot, Jay Lee. Jaloja to you, everybody. Jaloja.
Jaloja!
I'll just let the booms fly. The booms fly.
Boom, bitch! That's what I'm talking about right there, like boom!
And you guys don't forget to check out Jay Lee on Instagram. most weeks, some Wednesday-ish, Jay Lee does a quarantine karaoke. So you can follow him on Instagram, JLEE. And you can join in. You can join in the conversation, and you can join him live. He'll put you on, and you can pick whatever karaoke song you want to sing, and you're right there with him, and you're singing the karaoke. You're on camera. Smile. You're on candid camera. You're on quarantine camera. Pepper Venge. I feel like McFarlane would drop Orville if he was offered Star Trek, but knowing him, he'd find a way to do both. He probably would. He'd find a way to do both. I think what he would do with Star Trek is he'd come up with the ideas for it, and then he'd send a trusted team out to make it happen. But then he would still end up doing everything, because I don't think it's in his nature not to do everything. I don't think he knows how not to do everything. He's a machine. He's the Kalon. Oh, I know. I don't have the Jay Lee, I'm a Spaceman drop. But, Steven, I'm going to be doing some new drops coming up here soon. Once I get the time to do all the editing and stuff, we're going to start doing some video drops. We're going to have some video drop options where I play different video sound drops where you actually see what's going on. Popping up right in your face. Karaoke is your jam. Yeah, my favorite music is karaoke. JB says, when you're so cool, Jay Lee crashes your live stream and you say, what's up? Yeah, just say, what's up? That's the universal language. Everybody understands what's up. What's up with that? What's up with that? Ooh-wee. Yeah, we need to keep making Orville strong. Keep it going, because we are going to have to wait a while. And there's also a lot of people out there that don't even know about the Orville. And it's up to us as the fandom to spread the love. Because the Orville, there's a lot of pain out there. There's a lot of toxicity out there. I'm guilty of all that stuff as well. There's a lot of just people hurting, down in their life. The world is really tough for everybody right now. They need something that gives them, some wonderful stories to follow, some humor, some real life, these characters that you just feel like you've been friends with for years, and they need us, the community. They need to be part of our community. We need to lift up the Orville. Season 1, Season 2, and the upcoming Season 3, the comic books, everything, and just let everybody know about this wonderful, wonderful universe that's being created, and there is a place for them within it. Unless they don't like pee-pee jokes. Oh, pee-pee jokes. Oh, God, no. Pee-pee is not a joke to Bortus. Gelogia is a serious thing to the alien. It's funny to us, but not to the alien. Not to Bortus. That's a serious, long-lived tradition. It's very important for his culture. And that's what makes it so funny and so wonderful. You could take one of the points of the Gelogia episode was to take something that we would find ridiculous and make it serious to this other race. And that's teaching us, when we see other cultures in our own world doing silly things, unless it's horrible things, then we just say, that's the Mocklins is also a representation of cultural differences that are horrible. But there's also just regular cultural differences that we're like, oh, that's silly. But it's not silly to other people. It teaches us to be more understanding, to embrace each other's differences and take delight in each other's differences, which is all, of course, stems from Gene Roddenberry and Star Trek. And Seth MacFarlane, like most of us, are hardcore raised on Star Trek. And they just wanted to continue that legacy. And boom, now we got the Orville. Don't even need the Star Trek. I like the new I like a lot of stuff from the new Star Trek. Not everything, but it's not that same vibe that I was getting back in the day. The Orville gives me that vibe, as well as some new vibes that I didn't even know I was vibing on. Yeah. Oh, you gotta have a Gelogia cup. Yeah, absolutely. There's got to be an accessory Gelogia cup. Jaloja? Yeah, they'll take something ridiculous and they'll make a serious episode out of it, but you still get the jokes out of it as well. Booger says, I like the way they made... Oh, Booger, I loved you in Revenge of the Nerds. Glad you're here, too. We just got dropped in by Booger, you guys. Nerds. I also like the way they made a relatively serious episode based off a funny one-liner from an earlier episode. Yeah, the first episode, that was the episode Old Wounds, when we first met Bortus. He says, Mocklins only urinate once a year. And they made a whole episode about it a season later, when it was just a throwaway line. Yeah, the P-Corner playset does not come with hand wipes. Comes with the, bring your own towel. Yeah, the new Eagle Moss models, which are not only beautiful, the Eagle Moss models available for pre-order right now. The XL, which is, I guess, a big old 10-inch one, it's only like $75. And then the regular ship, which is beautiful but smaller, I don't know, it's like $40 or so. And then the pod, I think, was 20-some bucks. Very affordable to have these high-quality, very high-quality ship models. Yeah, I got to get that XL. I got to get my mitts on that XL. You guys, you know me, I like a Magnum style. Peppervinge, that sounds about right. He'd star in Orville and be the showrunner for Star Trek. That would be so great. An actual Trekkie in charge of Star Trek. Yeah, and at this point, that's what I've been hoping for a while with Seth. Not about Star Trek, but with the Orville. I think he's been training everybody. He's put together such a good team, and they have all been learning from him, that eventually they can kind of take the reins. He'll still be a consultant and still act on the show, but he'll be able to trust them to put together the right stuff, without him having to do every little thing. Because right now he still does every little thing. When Tom Constantino is editing, Seth MacFarlane is right there telling him exactly what he wants. Of course, now they have to do it over Zoom. But yeah, they have to share a screen, but he's like telling him exactly what he wants. He's there. He's very hands-on, which is another thing that makes the show so special. Yeah, Yaphet needs Jello pops. Oh yeah, we just need Yaphet molds to make Jello out of. 3D printer can do that. No, it'd have to be soft. It couldn't be hard. That's what she said. No, she didn't say that. He said that. JP needs these ship models for bathtub playtime. Hell yeah. Pepper got the Enterprise AXL and it was okay, but the bridge was crap. I took it back. Take it back. If they don't lift up, if they don't do justice to the main content, you take it back and you say you do it better. Damn it. Super Seth, he looks like Clark Kent a bit. Yeah, what I think of Clark Kent looking like, yeah, he does. Gets more and more handsome every year, that son of a bee. Going to be right there with my classic 1701 XL and Enterprise E and DXL. What? You got the E and the DXLs? I just have my Orville 3D printed ship. But more are coming, because I'm going to get me some Eagle Moss, you guys. And then, if I really had the money, I'd get the upcoming, which is also available for pre-order. A lot more expensive. I can't remember how much, but it's not crazy. It's not too crazy. The, oh God, what the hell is it called? The other people coming out with ships. I can't remember right now. But hey, you guys, I want to thank you guys for keeping me company during this time. I'm not able to put out... I got a lot of family stuff going on right now with what's been going on with my family. So I'm glad I'm glad I was able to go live and you guys were able to hang out with me, make me feel better, make me forget about what's going on. And yeah, videos are probably going to be tough for a week, but I'm sure I'll be able to pop in with some live shows here and on Twitch every once in a while. I just don't know exactly when that'll be the case. But I'll see you guys very soon. I'm going to be putting out my full 40-minute interview with Tom Constantino out. Probably not this channel, but the Egotastic 2 channel, as well as podcast audio file version will be on Patreon page for the Patreons. The Patrons will be getting the full audio recording, but I'll put up a video on my secondary YouTube, but I'll link it all here on the main channel, so you guys won't miss it if you're interested in that stuff at all. But yeah, I'll see you guys as soon as I can. And as always, I hope all your times are egotastic fun times. I love you guys. Don't forget to talk about the Orville whenever you go on the internet or you're with people, which you're probably not with people very often. Talk about the Orville. Cheer people up. Cheer yourself up by talking about this wonderful show and the wonderful stories and our friends from the 25th century. I love you.